Hello everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet, Mr. Chicken. Yay! Everybody do the wave, waha, yeah. Today we are going to talk about why do narcissists hate empathy. A lot of you think that we target you because of this empathetic superpower that you believe to have. This is not real. If there are any narcissistic people or cluster Bs out here who do like having this type of superpower in your partner, please share with the class. But this is something that I'm going to tell you about why I despise this type of fucking feeling that you got. It's almost like since I lack it, I could be envious of you for having something that I don't have, but let's explore. Now, when we're in a relationship together, if I am having some sort of issue, I do want you to fake a give a shit, even if you lacked in this empathetic, magic, okay? There is being supportive, and you do not have to feel this butterfly rainbow fart coming out of your chest, to envelop my demonic shell. All right. Now, I was on Reddit, and on the subreddit for NPD, they were talking about lack of empathy and how come they, don't have it, why, what the fuck, all this other stuff. And so I wrote down one little piece of it because I really liked it. Lack of awareness and denial of your own feelings. Yes, you don't acknowledge feelings of weakness in yourself and have no kindness towards yourself when you are suffering. Yes. So if I see vulnerable feelings as a weakness in me, I will see them as a weakness in you. I may even lose respect for you and treat you worse because of this flaw. I'm punishing myself through you. Okay, so this is projection. No, I don't know that I'm doing this. Okay? So like sometimes when I was younger, beating up on my sister or treating her terribly and her showing any type of vulnerability, it would make me punish her harder. Almost like trying to get it out of her. I found it as like mirroring me as a younger person and having people treat me bad for having feelings. Okay, so it's going to make me almost hate you because I'm hating my younger self. Okay, now why would a narcissist lack empathy? We didn't receive empathy mirroring as children, so we didn't learn what this was, how to feel it for ourselves, so we couldn't empathy dump on others. So when you have a small child and you're teaching them the ways of the world, you're teaching them your thoughts, you're not letting them have their own thoughts. You're always pushing your own viewpoints on your kids. It's not like if you're some liberal and you want to raise a conservative. No, you're going to raise them to the way that you see the world, right? Right. So if the parent that you grew up with did not have an empathy spark within themselves, they're not going to dump it on you and teach you what it is to feel that type of connection. So if you're crying as a child and your parent runs to you and give you love and everything, and okay, well, let's take care of, you hurt yourself. Your feelings are hurt. Okay, well, what happened? And trying to get them to see the perspective of different people, even if they're angry with somebody else, like even if, because, I would be more of a logical thinker. So even if my son was getting bullied at school, I would say, okay, well, let's look at the perspective also of the bully. The bully may be being bullied at home, and they do not know how to unleash that anger in a proper way. They're not able to verbally express themselves because their parent won't listen. It's basically giving him a lesson on what I grew up with. And I go, so they're bullying you because usually a bully will try to fight people who they see weaker as you. And some bullies, they just want to get into a fist fight knowing that you're going to fight back. So I was teaching him how to forgive the bully and to not react, so the bully would leave him alone. And eventually the bully did leave him alone. So, if you can't do, teach, right? Right. All right. So, number 2, brain impairment. Brain damage or developmental abnormalities in the prefrontal cortex. All right, so this is another one. So if you were not conditioned to learn what empathy was, so you can empathy dump on other people or mirror, other people's pain back to them with compassion, you may have also or a brain malfunction. So as some of you know, when I was born, I had my head crushed with the medieval forceps. I do not know if that harmed my prefrontal cortex, but I was told that my head looked like a pineapple. Okay, smushed. I do have a big fucking head, if you guys haven't noticed. And so trying to get out of my mom's, little vajay hole, basically, her pelvis was not big enough. So they had to, Play-Doh my fucking skull. So anyways, so that might have damaged my prefrontal cortex, along with conditioning of not having empathy dumped into me as a child as well. So double time go. And we don't know if I was empathy dumped, that my brain would have been fucked anyways. But we'll never know because, I got it bullseye. Bullseye, okay. Also, my second husband told me that when he was 5 years old, he got hit in the head by a donkey, okay, or a mule hit him in the head, and he had to go to the hospital, and they thought, he was fucking abused to where they had to call CPS on the parents, because he was all fucked up. Yeah. So when I talk about my husband having narcissistic traits too, this could have been one thing that also helped that along with him growing up in a very strict military household. Okay, so can a narcissist fake empathy? Yes, of course. A lot of the things that we do as children when we don't have our own sense of self, there is no self, it's all fake, false self. If you don't know what that is, please look it up. A narcissist is a pretender. Their whole life is a lie. It's theater. So we mask up since we're very small and doing whatever, we can just to be liked and approved of by the outside world, okay? Some become the people pleaser. Some need to be really, really smart to get attention that way. Some become the comedian. Some people need to shut down and not be seen at all. And this is all in my videos on CPTSD. Okay. Now, I became the comedian. And so I will always try to make people who are in distress, I usually would try to make them laugh, to lighten the mood when anything's happening. So I would make jokes at funerals, when any of my friends in elementary school, junior high, high school, having a hard time with at home, having fights with other friends or being bullied or something, and I would just talk a lot of shit and make jokes or whatever to make it be like, I didn't want my friend to go into this massive depressive state because of my friend's sad and being shitty. That fucks with my life. Okay? So I also want to look good. All right? Look at me, look at me. The spotlight is on me, and I don't want to feel uncomfortable. And I combat that uncomfortability by trying to be funny and lighten the mood. Now, with cognitive empathy and understanding that you're going through something, we can fake an acceptable response. So if you're crying, a lot of people will freak out and they want to fix whatever you're going through, to make you feel better, make it stop, something. Excuse me. Or they'll just sit in your space, let you vent and let you have your feelings, and some will reach out and give you a hug so you can feel safe in their embrace. Okay. Now, a narcissistic person who can't feel, your pain, they can still, do these things for you. Hopefully nobody wants a quick fix when they're in pain. But some people will be very sweet and kind and try to lift you up with some, words of hope, or they will talk about things that they've gone through too. A narcissistic person may not know what the fuck to do when you are in that mode. So one thing that I had to learn with my own children, and I had to read, psychological child intelligent-y type things, and how to be a good parent, a better parent. I mean, of course I failed, many other places, but when my daughter got older, I read that, let her have her meltdown, let her be upset, let her freak out and everything, because after she's done freaking out, she's going to have released all of that energy. She's going to be able to find a conclusion for herself, of what's going on with her problem. So she doesn't need a quick fix. And if she did need any fixes or anything, that we need to be there for her when she wants to vent about whatever. And because my ex-husband and I are very sarcastic and funny, and we make jokes, and I've been doing this my whole life, and he was a class clown too, so we always try to make light of any situation. I mean, even when my ex-brother-in-law got shot in the line of duty and they fucking came to our house to be like, he's getting surgery and blah, 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 my ex-husband and I were making jokes with the cops and shit, because we're just like, he said that it's gonna happen someday. He said it, you know, we're just fucking whatever. So it's not always automatic acceptable responses because I don't feel anything in that moment to respond appropriately. So sometimes you may see your narcissistic person look at you confused, that they don't understand, or somebody who did or would have empathy would just be like, you know, oh, let me be there for you. They might try to give you a quick fix. They might come at you because you're making them very uncomfortable, which just is like a PTSD response or something. Like we're time traveling back to our past. Maybe there was conflict, maybe there was sadness, maybe somebody was crying in the past, maybe it was us, and we did not get what we deserved. We find these types of feelings a weakness, and so it's going to make us really fucking mad and angry, and so we're going to attack the threat, which is you, the feelings, the feeling holder, right? And that's not okay, but we don't know what the fuck to do. So a lot of times, my first reaction is not to react anymore. I know not to joke around. I know not to joke around all the time. Sometimes I can't fucking help it. Sometimes it's just an automatic default, you know? But I try to just stay present and be a good listener, because a lot of people just want to vent, okay? So I will sit there, I will be a good listener. I'm hoping that the person doesn't see that, you know, there's rainbows aren't shooting out of my fucking heart and everything. But that's just automatic. It's not like I want to be selfish. I want to only be self-focused. It's not like that. It's just what happens. And why would I fake empathy? I also want to look good to the outside world. That's the whole thing with the masking. You know, you want to look good to the outside world. And when I get comfortable with a partner and I don't need to look good and put on a show for you anymore, that's when you're getting all the ugly shit underneath. You know, that's when you're getting the indifference, the quiet, nothing, no expression, the just being, you know? And then our partners will be just like, either they'll get anxious or they'll think that we don't like them, or in the beginning of the relationship, right after the honeymoon stage, there's no extra, you know, going on with you. It's like we learned everything that we need to know and everything. This is the stage where everything starts to get comfortable. And some people will just, you know, fall into that dead zone, and that's going to make you very uncomfortable. I know I'm getting a little bit off topic here, and hopefully it doesn't sound word salady. But if I care about you and I want you to feel better as soon as possible, because the whole situation is making me uncomfortable. This is why, you know, I'm not going to attack you to get away from you acting this way if I give a shit about you, and hopefully I'm not in a state where something else is going on and I'm going to project this anger on you in a moment where you need me. A lot of times, and I'm sure that you've heard this and maybe experienced it yourself, when you need your partner and your partner is not available for you up here, and they're going to find your need for us, not neediness, your need, annoying, okay? You wanting to vent about something. We will feel annoyed and we can attack you, saying hurtful things, saying that we do not care, or just trying to create maybe a fight so we can leave and you have to be left alone in your situation, okay? Please know that it's not that you don't deserve to have somebody there with you, holding your hand, holding you, or just being a good listener. Yes, everybody deserves that. When the person is not available for you emotionally, even like when you get sick, or when you are taking care of a sick parent, a sick pet, a sick child, and they're very self-focused and get envious or jealous. Jealous would be you being taken away from them, okay? That's jealousy. So they're jealous of the attention that somebody else is getting. Maybe you don't have the energy to keep up with the house, keep up with the calls, keep up with, the fucky sucky, keep up with, And they're not going to be understanding because why are you stopping the routine? Why now you want extra from me? You know how much we like doing the bare minimum. So that's when you're going to get, asshole 5,000 when, that's coming out. So hopefully people with NPD or, suffering with any cluster B traits or the disorder, please see this in yourself, that if your partner does hold value and you're not going to be a manipulative piece of shit, and this is your opportunity to push them away in their time of need, and don't be a fucking coward. Break up with them if you want to break up with them. But sit in your pain and fucking be there for your partner if your partner holds fucking value for you. Okay? Don't go and cheat because they're busy doing something else. Be a fucking team. And help out, help out what they need help. Help with the kid. Help with the fucking dog or the chicken. Help with the sick parent, And if you're a narcissist, you are going to, the light is still going to shine on your ass because you're going to be a good fucking helper. Oh my God. Look at that empathy flow. Shit, man. We can take and, Rubik's Cube things in our favor and not come out as the villain. This is why, it's not always such a horrible thing having to deal with NPD if we know how to finagle it in our favor, where everybody wins, okay? So even if things are transactional, even if, doing altruistic things, me giving you this free fucking information on here so you can understand better and move on with your life without being in this fucking fog, Give me a like, dude. I want applause. Thank you. Do the fucking wave. Okay? Thank you, Mr. Chicken. Thank you. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. And I hope that you understand that we are not going after empathetic people. We are not. And even speaking with Dr. Ruth, she even said to me, now I don't think that you like fucking empathetic people. She didn't say the F word, but I'm like, I do not. It is gross. Empathy is gross. All right. So I hope that was helpful. Please share with the class if you do love empathy from other people and getting all mush gush all over you. I don't. And a lot of you who were here earlier in my channel life, you saw that I attacked you for even trying to excrete the tiniest bit of compassion on me, because I took it as you trying to pity me. And that means you're above me. And I fucked you up. I did. I have learned that actual people who do have empathy are not being fake, and that they do have genuine feelings. But back then I did not. Okay? Okay. All right. So I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Namaste.